So I assume this is the most like updated thing about like Sweet Baby here. So apparently now they're in protective mode. Apparently, the narrative development and design, script writing, consultations, and more. Check our Battle Shapers, Spider-Man 2, and Alan Wake 2. Do I think Alan Wake 2 is like forced diversity? It could have been. It could have been forced. Like we don't know. I heard you listening to their diversity, they would give them more attract price. Attract price. Yeah, cuz I didn't beat Alan Wake 2, right? We're eventually going to go back and like beat it, right? It could have been diverse, like no, I mean diverse, forced diversity on it. It could have been maybe Saga Anderson could have been actually a white person to begin with. We don't know actually, to be honest. Granted, there's like I don't know how much, like at the end of the day, we don't know how much they've like put their hand in the cookie jar, to change up the narrative of Alan Wake 2. So
once again, we're returning to another discussion about Sweet Baby Inc. because a lot of members of the industry, including the games journalists who they are friends with, are trying to grift this entire situation as much as they can. They see valid criticism being launched against Sweet Baby Inc., and they're trying to cash in on this controversy by making themselves the victims. Unfortunately, the result is mainly people just laughing at them because all these games journalists and industry members can do is try to monetize their own humiliation fetish as people laugh at them in their articles. But nonetheless, we have a bigger discussion today because we now have an official statement from the co-founder of Sweet Baby Inc. This is something that
here it is. This is the rest of it.
LinkedIn page. People are seething when they're complaining about something on their LinkedIn page. But let's start here. David Bedard making this statement saying, "For the past 4 months, my company Sweet Baby Inc. has been targeted by a far-right harassment campaign / conspiracy theory." Very interesting. But it's important to note, he says for 4 months. Now, despite the very loud amount of attention being directed towards Sweet Baby Inc. the last couple of weeks, there have been people on their trail for several months now. And as this magnifying lens on their company has grown, it really shows how irresponsible all of these employees at Sweet Baby Inc. are, because they know they're being watched by critics, and still they're doing very reckless things on social media that's making their reputation even worse. But this
isn't it like the comment about the white people and stuff like that?
idea of a far-right harassment campaign and conspiracy theory. Very interesting. This is the harassment campaign. A Steam group called Sweet Baby Inc. Detected, where this is their entire mission, for letting people know if a game is involved with this company. That's what a far-right conspiracy harassment campaign looks like in the eyes of David.
Really? That's not even okay. All right. Okay. All right.
However, we also know that this group is literally run by a Brazilian man, and in terms of this misinformation...
It's a Brazilian man that's running the group. Oh, shit. I didn't even know about that, actually. Oh, wow.
Conspiracy theories, all they're doing is taking the list of games and clients that Sweet Baby Inc. is publicly sharing on their own website. So is that misinformation or a conspiracy? Well, according to the co-founder, apparently it is.
That's so
but
dumb.
Also in terms
so
of a
dumb.
harassment campaign, you'll never see this co-founder or anyone at Sweet Baby Inc. or any of these games journalists for that matter.
Can I see this? Can I see the Steam real quick? Hold on. Can I search up this group? How do you search up this group? Hold on. Community, I assume, right? Is it popular? How do I search this up? I've never used Steam before, to be honest. search? How do I search this up? I assume this is not it. Don't know exactly how to find it. Because I've never I've never really used I guess I can't find. I don't know how to find it properly for this. I don't know how to use. I don't really know how to use like the Steam thing, specifically to find it. Yeah. Oh, did you find it? Someone found it here in chat for me. Let me see. Can I see real quick? Okay, so okay, let me pop this out real quick. Let me pop this out real fast. I don't know too much about this. Oh, okay, it doesn't work that way. Okay, hold on, give me a second. Let me just drag this. Let me just drag this over here. So yeah, that's how you know I'm not like super well versed when it comes to this. Anyways. So let me see this. So quickly pop this up. So let's see. So trackers for games involved with Sweet Baby. Okay, so let me see. And then the list. Okay. Not recommended. Not recommended. Dark Alliance. Goodbye Volcano High School. Yeah. And Suicide Squad. Interesting. So basically this is the group that's like trying to go like against Sweet Baby Inc., right? Forcing diversity in the games, I assume, right? This is what the group is for, right? I'll be honest with you, I don't play any of these games anyway, so I actually don't play any of these games whatsoever, so not a single one of these. I don't play any of them. So I guess I'm already kind of, doing my part, I guess. I don't play any of these. None of them really really excite me as much, so not really my type of games. They're not really my type, so anyways, let's continue, shall we?
Ever address how this whole situation started with a harassment campaign launched by a Sweet Baby Inc. employee trying to deplatform and slander the Brazilian man in charge of this Steam group. But moving
out of the games, I only had Assassin's Creed Black Flags. but this isn't all the games though, right? Let me see. This doesn't work. Oh, it's because I think I need the entire website, I think. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, Zao is that one game. Let me see. So let me see. January brought to you by Baby Power. Hey Claude here. Welcome to another Friends of the Baby and another year. We had some amazing highs and some tricky lows in 2023, but hey, who hasn't in spite of it all? The baby train, huh? Is going full steam ahead, and we feel fortunate to be back with so many exciting things to share. This issue of the SBI newsletter is all inspiration to creativity recognition. That's all you can see. Like a state of the baby. Just a win. Such a weird name though. What the fuck? What? Simply never stop being a baby. You get unlimited chances to win the New Year's Baby Award. So what? Hey, Lord Prop Art. Since there's no fewer than 6 games we worked on the release. Quantum Phantom Basketball, Shadow Gambit, The Crew, Battle Shapers, Spider-Man 2. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, at the Game Awards, we also announced Usual June in partnership with Amazing. SPI is officially a TGA award-winning team. Fireside chat, game check that raised up. Next up, we're bringing you exclusive roundtables discussion of some of our coolest babies. That's such a weird thing to say. Can you stop saying that? That's so weird. God, it's such a weird name. About like that's their slogan, you know, like saying, "Hey babies," you know, like what the fuck? About something we hold near and dear to our hearts. Video game surprise. I am joined by Maria. Let's get started. I want to dive right into what's something you played as a kid that left you feeling transformed. A second Final Fantasy, Tristan. I'm a big fan of Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. So many greats with such evocative games. Do you see their influence showing up in your life in some way? Definitely, I don't think it's inaccurate to say that Final Fantasy, what is it, 6, I think? Final Fantasy 6? Made me want to be a better person after seeing the journey of Cecile went from Dark Knight to Paladin. There were aspects of their personality like humor, optimism, stoicism. I don't know how to say it. I felt inspirational as a kid. I love that there were a lot of female characters with variance in personality. Watch. Louisa, game-wise, I quoted Persona 4 and Persona 5 too many times in recent weeks. So it's gonna have to be those. What I like a lot about the Persona series is that its subverse is really expanded upon a daily life format without making tasks seems like a chore. Persona 5 in particular has an immense plethora of characters, but implements the confidence system really well so you don't feel as if hanging out with building relationships with teammates and texting boring. Intermission soundtrack. Da, da, da. I started watching Identifying Luck Mario Party, a video series that goes deep dives into the Mario Party that determines whether the aspect is truly random. And it's been interesting to see how the game is designed a favor certain strategies while still being luck based. Okay. I see. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I don't play any of these games, so they're not really like my type of games, right? Some of these games are not really type for me. I already knew like automatically that the Suicide Squad was going to be terrible because they announced that it was going to be like a live service game. And we all know 9 times out of 10 like when it comes to live service games, they're lazy, they're boring, they're not innovative, they're really repetitive and it's just like not creative whatsoever. So I know that for 100% fact that was going to be a thing, you know. Hey Senna.
Sanako 2 Blue Cat Sanako 2 Banky Rave Sanako 2 Brown Cat Morning.
Hey there, Senna, how you doing there? But yeah, these aren't really my type of games. Like Goodbye Volcano High, right? That wasn't really my type of game for me. Like I don't really like that kind of game style. Breeze, not really my type of game, right? Breakers, not really my type. The Dark Alliance of the Dungeons and Dragons, not really for me specifically. Shadow Gambit of the Curse, not really my type. Kingdom of 80s, not really my type. South of Midnight. It looks interesting, but I have to see the game itself, you know? Like I thought the whole thing was pretty interesting. Or they also attempt to shame Akira Toriyama over Mr. Popo's design mere hours after his death. I remember seeing that. I actually do remember seeing that. That is so dumb. That is actually really, really dumb that they decided to do that just because of Mr. Popo. Like literally, it's the most dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. There is a video that Asmongold that he reacted to that was pretty fucking funny, to be honest. Gotham Knight was also a terrible game too, if I remember correctly, because that's also a live service game that wasn't really received very well. So, what is this? Afterlove episode. Not too sure about that. Not really my type of game. Assassin's Creed Valhalla I wasn't really too keen on Assassin's Creed Valhalla personally. Wasn't really my type of game. Neocab, I have no idea what the fuck that is, to be honest. The Tales of Kenzera, not really a huge fan like of Metrovania type of games, right? I think they're okay, but I'm like, you know, it's not really my type of game, you know. But at the end of the day, but like Tales of Kenzera, it's basically like is made by an African American dude. Of course it's gonna have, you know, the characters that's gonna have in there. You know, it's obvious, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know. Like we're gonna have to look into this a little bit more. So I don't know anything about that, Senna. I don't know anything
Forward
about
in their
that.
statement, it says, "This is a tough situation for me, my co-founder Kim Belair, our entire team, and our collaborators. More than the frustrations caused by the harassment and the precautions we're putting in place as a result of that, the toughness that comes from the fact that this entire campaign is based on misinformation. Misinformation so wild in left field, or right field, I guess, That is
Apparently the right.
impossible to
That's
even
such a weird thing to
engage with it,
say,
to
or right
combat it.
feel. That's so
And
dumb.
we see Kim Belair here, the CEO of Sweet Baby Inc. A lot of people have been finding clips of various statements that she has made about her company and their goals. And despite other members of the industry like this trying to give off the idea that Kim Belair and Sweet Baby Inc. are not trying to force diversity on the characters, they're not trying to force these companies to work with them, we know that it's right in their goddamn about section of their homepage where they explicitly state that they're trying to diversify games. And we also know that Kim Belair has made several statements where she has made it clear that she will do whatever is necessary, including threatening these companies to get them to work with them and to diversify these games and to inject their woke narrative into them as well. But there's also a new...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are you threatening? Why are you threatening these kinds of people? If you want to see how much Sweet Baby Inc. lied in Kotaku's pathetic ideological puff piece about how they don't force diversity in games, see this clip from Sweet Baby Inc.'s CEO herself explaining how they force their opinions into games to take over them. Oh, I see. Interesting.
Clip going around of Kim Belair where she is talking about trying to elevate other marginalized people into the industry to the point where they will take over. She will not stop until they take over this industry.
We work very hard to get marginalized talent into the industry, to protect them the way that we would want to have been protected, to lift them up, and to get them into an industry where they're too often shut out. And basically, I think to take over in the hopes that some really dope people will be able to lead into kind of a new era for an industry that's been kind of, the same way too long. If you're a creative working in AAA, which I did for...
What do you mean? What do you mean by the same way that has been for so long? What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What are you saying? What? Excuse me? Am I? What? Okay, I off to bed now. Remember to wear your blindfold loosely so you can see that hidden monitor. All right, Dark. Take care, hun. Take care. Be safe, hun. Wow, going to bed early? Sheesh. Take care, hun. Take care. Be safe. Take care. I'll talk to you next time or so. Bring in the marginalized collaborators at the beginning and ask them how to make it great rather than less bad. What the fuck?
For many, many years. Put this stuff up to your higher-ups, and if they don't see the value in what you're asking for when you ask for consultants, when you ask for research, go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
So the co-founder David would continue with this saying, so we spoke with the press to clear things up about exactly what we do and how we do it. Adding our voices to this conversation felt necessary because what is happening to us is something that has happened before in this industry and will happen again. It happens to not just us, but also to countless other devs, players, journalists, and creators. So when they spoke with the press, who do you think they're talking with? Of course, they're talking with their friends and their connections in this industry, including people like Alyssa, the Kotaku author responsible for the first main article about the Sweet Baby Inc. situation, where we know from reviewing this article it is filled with all kinds of ridiculous claims, and at its foundation, it ignores the entire reason this happened in the first place, which has been reflected and shared by literally every article.
Spider-Man, Alan Wake, ridiculous phishing devs speak up in support of consultancy, Studio B Sweeper, community guideline. This article fails to mention that the backlash was in response to a targeted harassment campaign initiated by Sweet Baby Inc. employees in an attempt to ban both the Steam Curator group along with the creator's personal Steam account. Because I didn't sleep since your last stream. Why didn't you sleep? Go to bed. Oh my goodness gracious me. Jesus Christ, shaking my head.
Covering the situation, they failed to mention the fact that all of this started with criticism being directed towards a Sweet Baby Inc. employee who started a harassment campaign against...
Yeah, okay. So somebody who is an employee from Sweet Baby Inc. decided to open up and talk about this because they felt quote unquote offended, quote unquote, you know.
It's the Steam group that was tracking their company's games and clients. That's how it started, and every single article about the situation intentionally ignores this. Either they're doing this because they're unethical and they're choosing to ignore this key piece of information, or they are simply incompetent because they don't see the very foundation of this entire situation and they haven't seen it, so therefore they must be incompetent. But moving forward, we got another article yesterday, this time from Game Developer, where they ask a very burning question saying, why are Valve and Discord permitting harassment against Sweet Baby Inc.? Well, I think this question is quite unfair because there is no harassment taking place.
Yeah.
In fact, the only person who looks like they're doing any harassment is the Kotaku author who is in that Discord server of the Steam group trying to obtain personal information from the innocent users of that server, which is definitely something I think Discord would try to weed out. This is something they definitely don't want happening on their platform. But continue.
What? Wait, hold on. Can I see that real quick? If anyone would like to chat about this Discord and the Steam page, let me know. Thanks. Is there a reason why many of you don't have your names, pictures associated with your accounts on here?
Try to weed out. This is something they definitely don't want happening on their platform. But continuing, the senior editor.
We reached out to Valve and Discord multiple times to ask how a group using their platform to target a company was within the bound of their terms of service. No answer back yet. But like, they're not harassing anybody though. They're just boycotting.
From Game Developer would ask this. We reached out to Valve and Discord multiple times to ask how a group using their platform to target a company was within the bounds of their terms of service. No answer yet. Well, here's the issue right now. I will make this very clear. This might hurt the ego of someone like Bryant here, but nobody cares about games journalists. You guys exist to be laughed at. And this is not 2014. Back when gaming journalists actually had a little bit of clout and power and were able to end up on national news sources and speak in front of the UN and things like that. Nobody cares. Random Twitter users and shit posters have more clout and influence than games journalists here in 2024. Everyone is just laughing at you, and you have no authority or any sort of power that people want to use for their own gain. The only people who are going to support this is other games journalists and people trying to inject woke narratives in the gaming industry, which is not the majority. People are finally figuring out what's going on in this industry as a whole.
Jeez.
But the reason you got no answer back yet is because, well, it's obvious. They have already chosen their path. Valve has made it very clear that Kabrutus, the leader of the Steam group, is going to be fairly treated, and that the false reports against their Steam group have been taken care of. There's your answer.
Can I see real quick? Hold on. Can I see real fast? Let me read that. It is a great pride that I say based Valve. Thank you, Valve Software, for respecting your players' freedom of choice. And also thank you, Lord Gay, for building such an amazing platform for us. We are here to stay. Hi, no worries. We'll be glad to assist you because we have provided all the information we have for your issues. I'm closing this help request. If you have any unrelated issues, please open to the new help request, and we'll be happy to help. Steam support. Okay.
It's going to be fairly treated, and that the false reports against their Steam group have been taken care of. There's your answer. And going forward.
Let's see. I invited the writer of yesterday at Kotaku Sweet Baby Inc. article on to today's Side Scroll Pod. Unfortunately, the Alyssa Merck declined. I have followed up with additional questions. Alyssa, I'm sure you're in the middle of a firestorm right now, and so I appreciate you taking the time to respond. I'd like to invite you on our daily live show, Side Scroller, to talk about your article and those critical of SBI. Your work and Kotaku, we will be discussing it Thursday, and instead of talking about you, I'd much rather rather be talking with you. As someone with a background in journalism, I expect the same invite. We're live at 11 a.m. CT, noon Eastern, and should have between 2,000 and 2,500 concurrent viewers watching. Let me know if you're interested, Craig. Sent from the miracles of the technology in my pocket. Pass.
About, these conversations and
Interesting.
reaching out to people for further dialogue and things like that. We've seen YouTubers with journalism backgrounds like Craig here try to reach out to the Kotaku
I don't know who Craig
author,
is
writing out this
specifically.
paragraph
So
here where Alyssa would simply respond with one word in an email response saying pass. And worse yet, she would take to Twitter.
getting a lot of emails about this and yes, I am available to talk on your podcast / streams. Unless you're a loser, then I will not. What? Okay. All right. Okay.
To have this unprofessional breakdown, of course, with the replies locked, saying, getting a lot of emails about this, and yes, I am available to talk on your podcast / streams. Unless you're a loser, then I will not. What? Obviously referring to people like Craig, and it's incredibly unprofessional from a journalist, someone who's supposed to be a professional, but that's just to be expected from someone like Alyssa.
I don't think they're journalists. I think they're just run on emotions. I think they're emotional journalists, in my personal opinion. So,
or they're kind. But moving forward, the statement continues saying, everyone who has reached out to me with kind words of support has also asked me what they can do to help. And it took me a while to find an answer to this question, but I think I finally know. This is what you can do to help. So I'm assuming here that this co-founder is addressing some of the very, very concerning racist statements and also harassment campaigns that are taking place in this related industry. Oh, and David, I'm not talking about players. I'm talking about journalists and members of your own company. We've seen people like Kotaku author Alyssa.
Hi, you can't be racist against white people. Thanks for tuning in. Community guide strike. Racism isn't limited to marginalized or minority race / ethnic groups. It is simply to be unfair treatment of people who belong to a different / specific race, which can in fact include white people. Well, yeah, of course. Like you can be racist to any race, to any goddamn race. It's obvious, you know. This is what I talked about yesterday. I don't remember too much about yesterday, so everything is kind of yesterday was kind of a bit of a blank for me.
Here go on an anti-racist rant against white people.
Tell that to Uki. Bro got away with it. Yeah, I know he did got away with it. Even though in the terms of service he should be punished. Same thing with Luka Kaneshiro as well.
Information and dangerous rhetoric that you can't be racist to a group of people when you discriminate against them based on the color of their skin. We've seen other.
So proud of you for standing up for your racist employees. You go, Queen. Hi, you can't be racist against white people. Thanks for tuning in. She's my coworker, not my employee, but she's right. So I'm happy to do it. And that position is an anti-racist one, not a racist one.
Kotaku members come to her defense and support this dangerous rhetoric. We've also seen this Kotaku author.
Toriyama gave us the best and worst black characters in anime in the same series. It took range to do that. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, what the hell is this?
Author, share and repost a statement made by one of your employees who mocked Akira Toriyama only hours after his passing.
That's
was
terrible.
announced
That's
on
actually
social
terrible.
Media. We've also seen no answer from anybody at Sweet Baby Inc. or any members of the games journalist industry address the fact that a Sweet Baby Inc. employee tried to slander and harass a
That's
Steam
terrible.
group
That is so immature. That is 100% immature from this individual, to be honest.
Simply because it identified the games that this company has worked on. In fact, we've seen other Sweet Baby Inc. employees have other tweets dredged up, like this Lego Butts individual who has made many, many disparaging remarks about white people. And if you want to make the ridiculous claim that you can't be racist against white people, well, what about these claims? Do you care about any of these claims?
Whoa! Whoa! What the? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, so these were the censor words on the Mudahar video. Jesus Christ. That's a Call of Duty speech. That's a Call of Duty mouth right there. That is 100% a Call of Duty mouth right there.
We haven't heard a single thing said about this by Sweet Baby Inc. or any of these games journalists where this Lego Butts individual has made slurs against black people, slurs against gay people, and has said very, very violent threats against Jewish people. Not a single word about this from Sweet Baby Inc. or any of their associates. But anyways, here's the response. I don't think they care about those things. In fact, here's their statement. This is what you can do. Check in on your marginalized colleagues and friends in the industry. Oh, yeah. How about you start by checking in on the Brazilian man that is the target of a harassment campaign as a result of your employees and your associates in the industry? How about you start with that one, David? But anyways, continuing,
Jeez.
He says, make sure they're okay. Let them know that they are loved, that they are appreciated, that they are welcome, and that they are talented. Tell them you're not going to let this kind of hate push them out of the industry.
What is this? Is this like baby cradling? Are we making like safe spaces or something like that? What is this? What is this baby cradling thing? You know? That's not how the real world works. What? It feels like you're kind of like cradling a little baby. It's like, oh, you're okay, you know, you're so appreciated. You're so welcome. You are so talented. What is this? What the?
Tell them that things like this won't scare all of their community away, that they are protected, and that they have a place here now more than ever. I'd be really grateful if you did that. Dude, for a LinkedIn message, this is all kinds of seething, coping,
participation
and all
trophy.
just embarrassing, okay? This is just a sad thing to have to post on your LinkedIn, and it is a huge...
Oh, right. These are all on their LinkedIn accounts. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
huge and just disingenuous set of messages that are trying to push you away from what's really happening here. And it's the unethical and hateful behavior of Sweet Baby Inc. employees and games journalists and other members of the industry as a whole. They will not address a single thing that is in this video. All of these tweets, we have literally dozens of examples of bad behavior going on in their own company and in the related industry.
Yeah.
And they will not address a single thing. They will not address any of it. In fact, all they will do, based on what we've observed, is defend it and excuse it. But no, it's the boogeymen out there. It's the gamers. It's the Brazilian man starting a Steam group that are the far right harassment and conspiracy campaigns that are really at fault for this whole situation. When people like this co-founder simply cannot take an honest look at his own company and at the industry as a whole and take accountability. Instead, they hide behind walls of text like this on their LinkedIn page. Pathetic. But of course, we see a ton of hypocrisy.
Let me see. You can tell a harassment campaign was a genuine danger of going mainstream when you see posts break containment from social media and break into professional network like LinkedIn. This is not the kind of discourse I expect to see among devs and is hugely disappointed. Ha 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 ha. Sometimes it's all about what's not included, right? What kind of game or project do you think could benefit from his unique touch? I found a list of games that company worked on it on LMDB, and I got impressed because they were the games that didn't sell well. Maybe now I know the real cause of the several layoffs. Big companies ask help for small companies, and if monetary return wasn't good, they stopped their demands. So small companies need to decrease their team due to lack of money and demand.
About this statement where other supporters within the industry are complaining about other developers using their LinkedIn pages to have conversations about Sweet Baby Inc. and the overall situation, where this user says, "You can tell a harassment campaign has a genuine danger of going mainstream when you see posts break containment from social media
Yeah.
and break into professional networks like LinkedIn.
Yeah.
This is not the kind of discourse I expect to see amongst devs and is hugely disappointing. So all you see here is a couple of devs talking about Sweet Baby Inc. and saying, based on everything we've seen and the response of gamers to this company, thank God we don't work with them. And yeah, these devs, based. Thank you for pointing
That's
us
good.
to their direction,
That's
because
good.
I'm glad to know that there's some developers out there that
Yeah.
are seeing through the garbage that is Sweet Baby Inc. and anyone
Yeah.
who supports them. But of course, you see other members of the industry saying incredibly disgusting behavior here.
the
We are
fuck?
absolutely not tolerating that stuff, while of course tolerating the misdeeds and hateful responses of Sweet Baby Inc. employees.
What do you mean disgusting behavior? What do you mean? It's not even a disgusting behavior. What are you talking about? Okay.
These Kotaku journalists, but you know, that's to be expected at this point. But that is the current update to this Sweet Baby Inc. situation. As you can tell, March has been defined by this situation because the people involved keep dragging this out because they are very frustrated that they're not getting the clout that they thought they were going to get, and they're not getting the attention and the grift that they thought they would achieve with these ongoing campaigns. But you know what? All you can do is really point and laugh at them and give them the fair criticism that they deserve.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're going to do in videos like this. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. As always, share all your
criticizing and boycotting something is not equal to, you know, to harassment, okay? It's not a thing, okay? All right? What is happening? What is going on here? And also, like, forcing diversity as well is like not really a cool thing. It just feels like it's just so badly forced, you know. Like I don't like, to be regularly honest, like it's like I don't really care if you bring in a like, you know, like a certain like race or something in a video game, but just don't force it, you know. Make it feel natural to be in the game, okay? Don't it doesn't need to be forced, okay? All right? That's like the only thing. That's like the only main thing. If the writer writes it in a specific way, but then you give them to them, right? And you let them read it, and then they want to interject and wants to like change like a character to be like, "Oh, there's too many white people or something." Maybe we can change that one, you know, or that one, you know. It's just kind of like, but then you would have to like rewrite the way how they are as a character just to fit it in there, you know. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I'm just like, bruh, you can't be serious with me. This is crazy. Actually, it's actually kind of wild, to be honest. Let me check out this tweet real quick. In love with the cardigan from the... Oh, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now at the moment, so. But yeah, very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Yeah, I probably won't be playing any games from Sweet Baby Inc. either, so. Yeah. Anyways, I don't really play too many like these type of games as much. Anyways, I play more like on the Japanese side of games because they make actual good games. So also The Witcher 3 too, as well, like the Polish company, you know. They also did pretty well as well. So I don't know. I have just, you know, just be careful. That's all. That's pretty much it. So these people are forcing things that should not be forced at the end of the day, you know. Anyways, that's the end of the video.